All right, all right, all right. Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Let's Chat, y'all. My name is Lissha. You know, I got my right hand, and most of the time she is my left. The fabulous Miss Toni. Hey, T.
Hey, Lissha, girl, how you doing this Thursday?
I know, child. Listen, with this quarantine, don't every day seem the same?
Exactly. They just rolling right along.
Right, listen, I woke up this morning, I had to tell myself, Lissha, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Because some days I'll be like, what day is it?
I know. They just rolling right along, girl, but they just keep on going.
Yes, absolutely, child. We're so excited. I want to thank everybody. Our show is getting so much love. We appreciate you guys. Our replays are truly popping. We thank everybody that's going back and listening to the replays of our show. Those people that are tuning in to our lives, yes, Let's Chat Live is here, y'all. If you want to be a guest on Let's Chat Live, there is a fee. It's a $10 fee. You just send your request to thechatradioshow@gmail.com. If you have music that you want us to be able to promote and play, as well as be able to promote you and your brand and your intent behind your brand, just send your request to the chatradioshow@gmail.com. If you are an author or an entrepreneur and you want to just be a guest, send your request. We got you.
Mm-hmm. And we have some fabulous music, Leash. We have evolved. Our music library just overflows with talent. And not only talent, but good music, girl.
Yes, absolutely. Y'all, we are back. We're having a two great shows this week. Tonight, we're talking tonight about wrist support. You get the wrist support whenever you got carpal tunnel. You got to put the brace on your wrist, and it helps protect as you are moving around. But as an author, or as even an entrepreneur, you still have to have that protection, that protects you while you're moving around doing the things that you need to do, being able to help as you move about, but being able to have the right protection. A lot of times we don't have the right support around us, and that's very important whenever you are trying to pursue your vision and pull everything together. So we're going to talk today with three fabulous guests: author E. Turnick, author Taisha Demay, and author Wendy Savage.
Awesome. Now, I usually don't know the topic, or I don't look to see the topic until the night of the show. So when I saw wrist support, I was like, now what exactly is where is she going with that one? Because I thought it was a matter of authors supporting authors, or just support in general. But I knew it had to do with support, but I see the angle that you had coming into the show. So that's going to be interesting to see how our guests
absolutely
with support.
Because it's really all of the above. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your support is author support. Your support is family support. Your support is having those people around you to help guide you through a process maybe that you're not too sure about, or help you in a time when you're stuck in a process. You got to have a village. It does take a village. And so you got to have those people around you. You got to have that team around you. You got to have that support around you to help you get through whatever it is you have to get through. It has to be the right support. We always talk about backhanded support. Those are the ones that say they support you, but they looking for you to fail in the process. And nobody got time for that. That's really not true support. But I think that we are so used to having backhanded support that we really don't know what true support is. That true support that holds you. We don't know because a lot of times we haven't experienced it. And so that's what we're talking about today.
That's so true, Lisa. And sometimes that true support, you realize it when you may be at a point where you're not able to support yourself, and those true supporters, those true people that got your back, they're going to keep you lifted. And that's when
right.
You know the truth is real. When you can't support yourself, but you have others pushing you on, holding you up, telling you got this, I got you, we're going to do this,
Right, absolutely. And a lot of times we end up self destructing and self sabotaging whatever it is that we want to do in the process because, again, it's still a process and we don't know how to receive a lot of things that we are receiving from people when we're trying to position ourselves. So that is so great. Y'all know we get to talking here on Let's Chat and we forget that we need to open up the show. So we're gonna open up the show. T gonna open up the show for us. We're gonna play a little music and we'll be right back. Go ahead, T, open us up.
Absolutely. Like we say, we get to going like we ain't got nothing else to do for these next 2 hours. But we do have some new people joining us all around the globe, so we welcome you. But just to give you guys a little synopsis of what Lissha and I do here on Let's Chat, we started off a couple of years ago as just doing books, but our show has evolved so much. And as Lissha said at the top of the show, we now have Facebook Live. We have this going on. We have that going on. So you never know where our show goes from year to year. And we love doing and celebrating the dopeness of all arts, not just literature, but all the arts. And we do it in a fabulous way, the only way we know how to do it. We celebrate it royally. Now, our show allows our guests as well as our listening audience to interact with each other. You know, we get to hear the passion behind what it is that they love to do. And these three fabulous guests tonight, they are passionate about their craft. But we love having them come into the chat room, just sharing their journey, you know, because you never know who's listening. And they may touch someone that may be at a point where they say, I could do that. And sometimes that support, where you don't even realize that support is needed, as we're going to talk about later in the show, is right here on Let's Chat. So we thank you for joining us. And again, I echo Lissha saying thank you for listening to our archives. They are popping. But get ready to have a fabulous show with three fabulous authors, Lissha. We are going to have a good time tonight. Thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely. Y'all, we got some new music. We always got new music. We appreciate everybody that, again, sends music into us. Shout out to Keith Robinson. Keith Robinson sent us some of his new music. I love Apostolic 2. His album is getting ready to come out, so we got the music that wasn't even on the radio. Child, T and I play that music so much, you would think it's on the radio, but it's not.
It's right here on Let's Chat.
But it is right here on Let's Chat. And I want to shout out E.P. Pope, Irving Pope. He is actually a mega producer. But he has a jazz album that is getting ready to come out as well, and he sent us some music for that. I'm able also to listen to the creative process of him putting that album together, and I really appreciate him always showing me love. For all of y'all don't know who he is a producer behind some of the greatest artists that we love, Kanye West, Jay-Z. He is also, his band, the Furnace Band, is the band that The Game takes on tour with him. And so he's very talented. So we're going to play a little bit of his new music that he has coming out. But I want to thank EP because he always shows me love. He always looks out on his live. He always shouts me out. And he's involving me in his process for creating his album. I appreciate him for that because he doesn't have to.
Awesome.
So we're going to take a brief break. We're going to get some of this new music going, and we will be right back.
I'm trying to get to know you with my third eye, to understand the pages off in your mind. I want to know your energies. I want to give you all you need, and I want to be the one you call in late night, the one that you can hold and make it all right. I want to give you sanity. I want to make you really feel love, but I don't want to control you. Just to show you I care.
you come out of hiding? 'Cause I've been trying to find you. Been looking high and low, wanting you more and more to come and dirty wine it. Yeah, I love the way you move it. Like how you doing what you're doing. You got me hypnotized, got me all in my mind. I'm trying not to lose it. Your body, drop it down low, then you pick it up. I want it. I want you so bad, I can't get enough. Your body, ooh, got me in my feelings. Girl, you're a star, that's what you are. You know, you're doing something to me. Got my emotions on a roller coaster ride. Yeah, this thing's going on between us, something I can't fight. Not tonight. I'm in love out here on the dance floor. I'm in love on the dance floor. I'm in love out here on the dance floor. Come out of hiding, 'cause I've been trying to find you. Been looking high and low, wanting you more and more to come and dirty wine it. Yeah, I love the way you move it. Like how you doing what you do. You got me hypnotized, got me all in my mind. I'm trying not to lose it. Your body, got me about to beg, I don't even care. I want it. I want you to myself, I don't wanna share. Your body, ooh, got me in my feelings. Girl, you're a star. Ooh, that's what you are. You know, you're doing something to me. Got my emotions on a roller coaster ride. Yeah, this thing's going on between us, something I can't fight. Not tonight. I'm in love on the dance floor, yeah. I'm in love out here on the dance floor. Won't you come out of hiding? 'Cause I've been trying to find you. Been looking high and low, wanting you more and more to come and dirty wine it. I love the way you move. Like how you doing what you do. You got me hypnotized, got me all on my mind. I'm trying not to lose it. Won't you come out of hiding? 'Cause I've been trying to find you. Been looking high and low, wanting you more and more to come and dirty wine it. I love the way you move it. Like how you doing what you do. You got me.
You are now tuned in to the mother greatest. Right.
Yes, we are back. Welcome to Let's Chat. My name is Lissha. You know I got my right hand, and most of the time she is my left, the fabulous Miss Toni. Y'all, we are talking that talk today, y'all. We talking about wrist supports. Honey, we got 3 fabulous guests that'll be in the chat room today talking that talk with us. Our first fabulous guest, author Taisha Demay, is in the building. Hey, Taisha.
Hey. Hey, Tasha, welcome. It's been a minute, girl. We're excited to have you tonight.
I'm excited to be here.
So it's been a minute since you've been in the chat room. You gotta let us know what you've been cooking in your creative kitchen, Tash.
Oh, Lord. Besides fighting with Amazon, I just re-released my Cozy Mystery Taste of Intrigue Food Fight Mysteries. It's got new scenes, new cover, new everything. And my latest book is, sorry, it's got so much going on. One Night with You, April in Paris. That's a novella. it's an interracial novel. It's not like the other ones. It's like a sweet story. It's nice and short. And coming up maybe in the fall, I don't know. It had to be you. It's a Blasian woman and a white man. She's Korean. Her mother is Korean and her father is black.
Oh.
And she finds out that she's an heiress to a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
But she don't really want it. She don't want anything. She just likes it like the way that it is. She's a violinist in the local symphony, and she's happy the way that things are. She has a really, really, really long, complex story. She stowed away on a barge from Korea to America when she was 14, and she pretty much lived on the street until she got discovered playing her violin one day on the street when she was pedaling and everything, and that's how she got in the symphony. But the story is taking me a long time to write. Things getting on my nerves. I'll be glad when I finally finish it. I've been writing this thing for 5 months, so.
But you know what? It's a whole process. Writing is a process, and we talk about this all the time. You have to be able to experience what it is you're writing because it will come out in your pen. I posted this a couple of weeks ago that a reader can see an author's naked soul when we're reading their work. We can see their pen work. We can see their signature. So if you're tired of writing it, it's going to come out. You know, if you have not researched what you're writing about, it's going to come out. If you are writing about something that you haven't experienced personally, it's going to come out. If you are emotionally disconnected, it's going to all come out inside of your pen.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Now, Tasha.
Oh, you can go ahead. My animals are jumping on me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now, Tash, you write a lot of interracial relationships. Majority of your books are interracial. Why do you write with the interracial twist?
Well, my mother-in-law is white. I have a few Caucasian relatives in the family and everything. But I do write Afro-American stories too. But mostly I'm leaning towards interracial, but now I'm trying to explore other genres and other races, like with the Korean lady that I'm writing about now. And I have another lady from Scandinavia or somewhere that I'm writing about. I got so many things going on, but mostly I do lean towards interracial novels because of, like I said, my husband's mother's white, and I have a few white relatives in the family. And that interracial romance is what everybody seems to be leaning towards now.
It's trending as far as relationships. That's right. It's becoming a colorless society.
Absolutely. Now, this is Toni, Taisha. I have a question. Because you do so many different interracial relationship writing, how important is the research for your stories to come off as authentic as possible?
Oh, it's very important. When the first time I decided to write my Love, Truth, and Consequences novel, my BDSM, I did a little bit of research, and everybody in the community was all over me. Oh, no, you got this, that, and the other thing wrong. And I found out that research is important. So when I did it again, when I did it this last time, I attended like 3 or 4 events. I hung out with the people in the lifestyle. We sat, we had long conversations. question that I could ask under the sun. Everything I asked. They said nothing was taboo, so I asked the question. And and the stuff that I knew, I told them what I knew, and they told me whether or not it was right, or you know, whether or not I have the idea, but I don't really have it right. So when I rewrote both stories, everything that I thought that I knew, I just threw that away and put in the stuff that I knew. And so I participated in demonstrations. I let them tie me up and whip me and use the violet wand and all other fun stuff, because I had to be able to talk about it. How would I know what to write if I didn't experience it? Because like you said, readers know when you don't know what you're talking about. And they will tell you don't know what you're talking about. They will.
Right. And with that being said, Tasha, now this latest book, you said it has an Asian character. Now, will your story have like an Asian flavor? What was your research process as far as that's concerned?
And a couple of groups that I'm in, there are a couple of women that are, two of them that are Black and Korean. And we have then one lady that's married to a Korean, so I talk to them a lot. And when I was in the military, I had a few Korean friends, and my husband served in Korea, so he knows a lot about the people and everything. So that helped too, and it helped a lot. Because I've never been there. I never wanted to go to Korea. My husband was like, oh, yeah, when everything opened back up, we should go. No. You can go. I'm not going. Sorry. I go anywhere else, but I'm not going to Korea. Sorry.
Now, Tash, this is Lissha. I do want to commend you because your pen has truly, truly grown. I remember we've talked about you doing self-publishing, and you didn't want to do it, you know. And, you know, a lot of times we always are careful about the things we say to other people and less concerned about how we speak to ourselves. And so we really have a go moment. What was your go moment like when you decided to take your writing into your hands and step out on faith and make that move? What was that process like for you?
Well, I didn't want to do it initially. I sat down and I talked to my husband about it, and he said, well, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I have no idea. So what I did was I talked to a lot of authors that are with publishing houses and that are self-published, but they're signed to publishing houses. And I talked to everybody. I talked to people from Harlequin and all the other giant publishing houses, Simon & Schuster and everything. And I just wanted to know what's the pros and cons. The biggest thing for everybody is they kind of limit you on the venues you can participate in, the things you can do, what you can write about, what you can say, what you can name your character, and all of that. And I was like, why would I want to do that? I mean, my mind is like, I'm going to make up a name. It sounds good. I'm going to make the thing up. But 2 chances to 1, all of my characters' names mean something. All of my characters' names mean something. If I decide to name a character something, I look it up and find out what the name means. Like in the story I'm working on now, it had to be you. Arum in Korean means beauty. So I was like, you know, if I'm going to give my characters these names, I'm going to find out what all of them mean. And they mean different things. I don't just give them a name just to be giving them a name. Now, people got mad at me for when I did Black Money, and I named my character Aleye, and they was like, we can't say that. I'm like, it sounds the way that it's spelled. How can you not say that? I got 3 stars because they couldn't pronounce the name. I'm like, dude, send the blurb. I spelled it out. And I told everybody how it's supposed to be said when we did the book release, and nobody was listening.
Well, you know what, Tosh? A lot of times, when it comes down to the flow of a manuscript and the way the reader is reading it, you know, sometimes the words that we use, whether they're names or the adverbs we're deciding to use for description, they do break that person's flow in the book, and it takes them away because now they're distracted. They got to figure out, you know, what is this name, or what does this word mean? So sometimes it is frustrating in that process. But I think that you do pretty good with your names, but in these particular books that you are creating now, as I see your pen growth, you are trying to teach at the same time you're trying to give people a creative outlet for them to be able to enjoy and just kind of relax. But you want to be able to teach people in the process about other cultures and other experiences that people may have. And so that is a great, great thing that you are doing. But I do understand sometimes names can be distracting. And so you all know that the review process is really a message board, you know, and it's a message board from the reader. And your reviews, to me, sometimes don't really reflect the work itself. It reflects what has frustrated that reader, whether it is a name or if you killed off their favorite character, or that just lets you know that the reader is flowing with your work. But when it came to the word, they did get a little sidetracked with that, and it was hard for them to be able to pronounce it out. So sometimes maybe changing the spelling and trying to find creative ways to spell a unique name, so that way when they're sounding it out, it comes out to be the same thing. It's just maybe spelled a little bit differently. But I think you've done pretty good with the growth of your pen and being able to take control and push your pen. You know, we always talked about you writing outside of BDSM and writing Westerns and writing cozy mysteries and things of that nature. And you have done that. You have pushed your pen beyond your fear and its limits. You know, a lot of times we focus and we get wrapped up in our fears. And it really becomes something that we have an attachment to. We become attached to our pain. We become attached to the fear of moving forward and the fear of the unknown. We become attached to those things sometimes to the point where it prevents us from taking those steps in positioning ourselves to where we're supposed to be. And I just want to say I am so glad that you didn't let any of that stop you. You pushed forward and you did your thing. You do your covers. You do everything, and you're doing a good job. You're doing a very good job. Now I want to go back to the beginning, when you sat down and decided you wanted to write, and you decided to move forward in that original step towards your vision. What was that process like for you? And how has your pen grown, in your opinion, in that time frame?
Dude, what's the process like? The process, oh, good Lord.
When you that process to choosing to write, when you back in it, want to go all the way back to when you decided to make that move.
All the way back.
the
All the way
process to
back to the
choosing
first.
to write. What was that goal moment like for you when you decided to execute your thoughts?
I went to a book event because I was a blogger at the time, and I didn't do anything but attend book events and interview the authors and the publishers and different things. And one day I stopped at author Brenda Jackson's table one day, and I told her, I said, I write a little. I have this box full of unfinished stories. Why did I say that? It was like, you better turn something in, and I'm going to check and see if you turned it in. I was like, oh, Lord, why did I tell her that? But I said, well, why not? Even like she said, even if they reject it, at least you can say you did it, that first step, and you did it. Even if they say, we don't like this is not what we're looking for. I got one rejection letter I never forget, which really pushed me to really want to write. This guy had the nerve to tell me, you should choose another field of work. Writing is not for you. You don't know what you're talking about. This is this is that. And I was crying, and I told my husband, they got this awful rejection letter. And then I was talking to another author, and she was telling me about some of hers. So I'm like, well, why am I crying? I got one. She got 20 rejection letters. So what am I talking about? What am I crying for? So I was like, you know what? I am going to write. I'm going to write it. I'm going to write a book. I am going to write it. Even if it doesn't do well, at least I can say I did it.
But if you wasn't writing, Tasha, what would you be doing if you wasn't an author?
Well, I would still be blogging. I would still be attending events. I would still be talking to authors. And I would still be buried in my book collection because I have thousands of books all across every genre you could think of. I have a book on it. And that's probably what I would be doing.
And how has your pen grown? How has your pen grown since
I'm not
you
afraid
picked it up?
to write about stuff now, like I was before when I wrote Taste of Intrigue. I didn't know nothing about cozy mysteries. What do I know? I knew zero about cozy mysteries, nothing. So I contacted a lot of the authors that do it so well, and I asked them. They told me to just sit down and write it. They said, once you write the first draft, sure, it's not going to be great, but you did it. You got it down. You got the words down on paper, and you did it. Then the next step is when you're working with your editor and everything, and you're fixing what's wrong, and then everything will feel like, will be a little bit easier. But if you decide to write about something that's out of your comfort zone, like that was out of mine, I started not to do it. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I had to write it in first person. I've never done that. I've never written anything in first person. That's like having voices in your head or something. And it was like, oh, I don't know anything about that. I don't know. So they just told me to sit down and write it. Just go ahead and write it. Even if it doesn't make any sense, just go ahead and write it. At least you'll have the first draft down. Then you can go from there.
Right. Absolutely. I posted a couple of weeks ago. I did post that a couple of weeks ago. How difficult was it for a female author to write in a male voice and a male author to write in a female voice the first time they decided to make that move to write a character of the opposite sex? What was that process like for you the first time you sat down to write a male voice?
Oh, Lord. I stopped. I asked my husband something, and I asked him to say the line that I wrote. And he was like, well, why do you want me to do that? I said, I want to see how it would sound if you said it. Because I had to have that male voice in my head. Otherwise, it would have sounded like he was prissy. He was a girly girl, and I had to have it sound like a guy. So I had him say a lot of the lines. A lot of the lines in Playing Dirty, a lot of them, I changed them a little bit. My husband says them. A lot of the lines in Love, Truth, and Consequences that the men say, he says a lot of that stuff. And I just write it down. But he thinks I'm crazy because I have him repeat things back to me. And how does this sound? And what if I have them do that? Would that be right?
Wow. But you know,
like, no, why do you have me reading this?
But you know, Tasha, I want to echo Leash because I also have seen the growth of your pen, you know, since I was first introduced to your writing. But how do you feel your pen has grown since you've been in the industry? Do you see it? Does it get easier for you? Is it more difficult the more books you have under your belt? How do you view yourself as having grown?
It's a lot easier. I can tell you that much. It's a lot easier. The last book I wrote, the lady that edited it, she was like, "Child, you better hurry up and finish this book and do this, and this so I can put it in my collection." I was like, "Oh, Lord, that means that?" Because I asked her, I said, "Is that a good thing?" She was like, "Yes, that's a good thing." You know, because she could see that I wasn't afraid to just sit down and just write it and not go back and go, no, and second guess myself, or maybe I shouldn't say that, and maybe I shouldn't do this. But she was like, "Oh, man, you really wrote this one." I was like, that's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. When you start getting compliments from your editor who makes you cry. I'm telling you, I got a critique on the book I'm working on now, man. It was like, I've never seen so much red crayon on a paper in a minute. She was like, nope, can't say that. Can't say that. That sounds dumb. Change that. And she was like, you have to find your voice. You can't say it like that. And you have to say it how you would say it or how your character would say it. Put yourself in your character's shoes. And I was like, oh, Lord.
Absolutely. Well, you know, here on Let's Chat, we like to do something a little fun, child. You know, because we do what we do to allow everybody to be able to experience that author's passion and be able to experience their craft and their brands and the intent behind the things that they do. You know, a lot of times we never know a person's why. And when you don't have word of mouth, because in this day of social media, everybody is your audience now. You know what I'm saying? Because you can reach so many different people. And so in doing that, you have to make sure that you are reaching them with all of your vices, you know, we'll say. And your personality is one of those things that's part of your eye candy for a reader, right down to the cover, the name, how your name sits on a book, and that draws people in. And so here we like to give you a little fun thing. I don't know what T's gonna do. T comes up with our fun stuff. I just want to do this disclaimer. I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't know. I'm finding out at the same time y'all finding out. So yeah, you know, I don't know what she gonna ask you. I would say clutch your pearls now. Ain't no telling what she might ask. But I'm ready.
Oh, Lissha, she done set me up. Oh, Leash. Okay, Tosh. We always enjoy when you visit us here in the chat room, Tosh. So don't make this your last time. We got to get you back up in here. But I've been on my brain teaser bit for a minute. So I have a brain teaser for you. You ready? You got to listen closely. You ready? Okay. Now this could actually be out of a book. You could have written it, I could have written it, and Lissha could have written it. Now, the question is, you're in a cabin with no electricity. Come nightfall, you have a candle, a wood stove, but you only have one match. What do you light first?
The stove.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
We got to get us a bond leash because that is the wrong answer. You know what the right answer is?
What?
The match. You got to light the match
that's right.
first.
You like the That's right. You have to strike the match. The match to light the stove. Oh, good heavens. I guess I wasn't thinking about that. I guess I was thinking in terms of I got the match, strike it, light the stove so I can be warm.
See, I said you got to listen closely. That was a new one, Lee. That was the first time I'm using that one.
That's good. That was a good one, T. That was a good one. Taj, we so appreciate you coming to kick it with us in the chat room on today. Like T said, don't be a stranger. You are always welcome into the chat room. I know you have a new book that you're working on, so when that book is done, hit us up so we can get you on and talk about it. Before you head out of the chat room, I want you to shout out all of your social media where everybody can reach you. Shout out your blog that everybody can contact you at as well.
On Facebook, it's author Taisha Demay.